Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the crew, make sure you subscribe and get notified for more videos just like this. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So today we're going to be talking about I have 36 tips and tricks for the ZTE Blade V20 Smart. So we're gonna just jump right into it. So basically what I want to go over is all the tips and tricks that I found on this device. The first one is private space. So if you look into your phone, you're gonna notice that you have this app right here, which is it looks like a vault icon, so it's password protected. You enter your fingerprint inside of it. Guess what? You have a place to store apps, photos, videos, files, and passwords as well. So when you go into settings, you can also, back the folder up, password protect it, and you can add things with this button right here. So I just think this is really clutch. Okay, so the next tip is the hidden flashlight. So all you have to do is swipe up from the lock screen and then hit this button. And that's the flashlight shortcut without unlocking the phone. And then you can swipe it back down. But it's really in that lock screen, guys. So you just hit that right there. You don't unlock the phone. You make sure you leave it on the lock screen area. And then when it's there, you could just swipe up and you could get the flashlight right there. That's pretty cool. Now, in order to hide the Google feed, which is located on the left-hand side of the screen, let's say you don't really read any of the news that's coming out right here on the left-hand side. Maybe you just like reading your own news and looking that up on your own. You could go right here, hit that button, go into the option right here where it says lock screen. So let me just show you home screen and lock screen, guys. So there it is. You just go to the settings option and then you remove this button right here where it says display the Google app. What's also cool is you could loop the screens right here, and this feature will be enabled. Google app will turn off automatically. So just keep that in mind. If you do that, it's gonna turn off the Google app automatically. Another thing that's pretty cool with this device is if you go into settings, you can activate your pedometer inside of home screen and lock screen. So what you want to do is find the option which will say home screen and lock screens right here. And then right here, it's gonna say display the pedometer, meaning that it'll track your steps throughout the day. And while we're still inside a home screen and lock screen, you could go to themes right above it. You're gonna have geometry, Android, and classic. I can't believe I said that. So geometry, Android, and classic. It gives you 3 different themes to choose from. Now let's say you're browsing through Instagram and daily news feeds, things of that nature. You might want to capture a moment. You might want to you might see something sick that you want to take a look at. So maybe you want to just share it. Let's go ahead and take a screenshot by holding the power button and the bottom volume rocker. There you go. You also get scroll capture, which will activate at the bottom, but you can see right here, it does give you that option, but we'll get into that. But it does give you the screenshot right there. So one of the things you might want to do is use the apps in full screen display. So what you'll have to do is go into display and then go into full screen display, and then you could just activate the apps that you want to use where the screen will be actually in use on full display, so you can take advantage of a area even where the notch is. Now what's pretty cool is this device does have a LED light on it. If you go into notifications and status bar inside of settings, you're gonna be given the option to turn on the notification light right here, and you can set up scenarios for it. So you could say the charging indicator, low battery indicator, incoming calls and notifications and other notifications, and charge indication at night. And if you don't want one of those to be on, you could do so, but I find all of those really helpful. Now you may be hitting the power button and wondering, why am I getting Google Assistant when it's the power button? But what you have to do is long hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then you can actually power off or reset the device. Now let's say you want to add multiple users on this device, but you don't want them to see your information. You want to have them log into a separate account. Go into System, and then you'll be able to go into multiple users, and then you could put this on the lock screen so it'll show up on the lock screen. You could do that from the lock screen of your phone, but you could add a guest, you could add yourself, and then you could add more users. So if you have like a lot of kids or something like that, maybe your bae, things of that nature, you'll be able to add different guests on it. Another thing that's really important is in settings when you want to change the system navigation. So that's really important for a lot of people, because a lot of the times you may not want to use the buttons or the swipe. So you go into features inside of settings, then you go into system navigation. This is where you're gonna be able to have the buttons right here, or you're gonna be able to have the gestures. But I actually like it with the gestures because it takes full advantage of the large 6.8-inch display. Another thing that's really, really cool on this device is the screen record feature. So let's say you see something really dope and you're going into your phone at the top menu, and where you have it right here is the screen record feature, but long hold it so you can change the quality of here to high, because you don't want that on medium. So change it to high, and then you'll be able to have touch interactions or not. You could turn those off. But now when you go ahead and use that, boom, it's gonna be on high quality, and you do have the touch control features right here. So you can just drag that to the bottom of the screen, and it'll capture whatever's going on the screen, which is kind of cool. So if you wanna make a video, like an instruction video, this is something that's gonna be pretty helpful, but you know, this is a pretty sick feature. And then it says right here, that's when you start it, you have to hit the button that says start, and then you could go ahead and stop it right after that. And then you could delete, share, or view. I just deleted it. We're going down again into features one more time, because what's really sick is that they have gestures and motion. So basically what that means is that you can double tap to unlock the screen. You have the 3-finger screenshot. So that's a third way to take a screenshot on this device. When you raise the phone, it wakes. You could auto answer when you raise the phone. It has pocket mode, so you won't do any mistouches in your pocket. And you can dismiss alarms when you raise it. You could change to earpiece when you raise it right here, which is kind of cool. So that, I think that's pretty sick. And then shake to turn on flashlight. So that's something that's really interesting. So let me just shake this thing. Let me see. All right, so it says shake to turn on flashlight. Let me read that a little bit more and see if I missed anything. So it says shake to turn on flashlight. Let me see. Shake. How hard do you have to shake it? Hold on. All right, it's not working, but it does have that feature. Oh snap, I finally got it to work. I don't know how hard I was shaking it, but oh yeah, you have to really, really shake it. You see what I'm saying? Like, there we go. But on the plus side of having the Google button here, you can easily get to things really quickly. So, are the Knicks playing tonight? Let me see. When are the Knicks playing again? What's the weather right now?
It's 51 degrees and cloudy in the Bronx.
Another thing that's cool is the dark mode feature on here. Came with Android 10. You could click that and it'll turn on to dark mode or light mode. I tend to use the dark mode most of the day. I just feel like it looks better, but it has the dark mode on there. You could long press it, and the feature you could turn on and customize and schedule it to turn off or on, which I think is pretty cool. Now, when you go back to the display options, it's gonna have this option right here called screen effect. This gives you the option to change it to very cool, normal, or warm, depending on your own preference. But you could also toggle it using this little color temperature meter as well. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, down at the bottom of display, it's gonna have auto rotate. You may want to turn that on so you could use the phone like this, and I think that's going to be pretty sick as well. Like I said, this thing already does have the notification light for when you're taking phone calls. When you get a phone call, it's going to show up at the top right corner. But if you want it to vibrate while you're getting a phone call, you could put that on right here, and it could ring, vibrate, and you could do all that right here. But you have all the sound options here inside of sound, so you could boot ringtone, fade ringtone, screenshot sound, you could turn that off, sound touches, so if you want to have a sound when you click the device, you will have that. You also do get DTS audio, which will customize the sound to your personal preference. Another thing that I found was crazy was the fact that it had right here in the home screen option, you get the ZTE locker. The ZTE locker will change your wallpaper every day when you have that on. It shows you today's wallpaper, and then it shows you local wallpapers, and these are all the wallpapers it's switching with, but they're gonna give you a new one every day. Also, you can auto update over Wi-Fi, so I just think that's pretty cool. Now, in the battery settings, all you have to do is go to battery, and then right here it says battery percentage. You can display that inside of the charge-in meter. Don't display it or display it on the outside of it. I actually prefer it on the inside of there, but let me know your personal preference. Another thing you want to do is go into privacy with this device, and then what you want to do is actually click more and then go into ads, and then go ahead and opt out of personalized ads so you don't get those on your phone, because I think those are kind of annoying. Now, another thing that's pretty cool is if you're in one app, you may want to do the split screen feature. So what you have to do is swipe up, then hit that 3 dots, hit split screen, and it's gonna automatically go into that thing, and then you could pretty much browse 2 different windows at one time. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty cool. What's my password? Okay, cool, I remembered it. So you could do two different things at once, which I think is pretty sweet. And you know, it's gonna have everything on here. Your photos you can take advantage of. You have your photos, and then you could do the split screen window. Let's see if it goes to 1/4. They only let you do that on the this mode, I think, where you could do 1/4 of the screen on split screen. So this is a really sick mode on here as well. Now there's another thing called home screen mode. Long press the screen, go back into the settings right here, and then you can choose between if you want to have the app tray or if you don't want to have the app tray on here. Another thing I like is when you long hold that again, you can change the effect to like a carousel or a wave or a cube. I really like that cube one. It reminds me of the launches that they had back in the day. And this cube one is sick, so let's show you what it looks like. When you go into it, you could just see it has a really sweet animation. I really like that. Long hold it again, and you could just see like it has a lot of things you can mess around with when it comes to those effects. So I think that's gonna be really nice to play with. Another thing is that they give you 3 live wallpapers on here, so you could just see those look really nice. I really like those 3. This one looks really cool as well. It's kind of like a cell or something. But then all the other ones are fire also. Like they right now, these are my favorite wallpapers like on any device that I've been using. I can't stress that enough. They look really good for the wallpapers. the artistic design team just did an amazing job when it came to this, creating those. Another thing that this device can do is give you super battery life with it. But if you want to increase that battery, you have a ultra savings battery mode right here, which will bring maximum battery to your phone. This mode will restrict number of apps that can start automatically and restrict background activity of apps. And this mode will, with this mode on, some switches will change status and some features will not work, but that will increase your battery. Let's say you're on 5% and you want to stretch it for like another 2 hours. I think you could do that with this on. But if you don't, if you're like on 30% and you just want to increase the battery another 3 hours, the power saver is more efficient for that as well. Now we do have this option called ZPop. It's a shortcut to access a lot of your toggles on your phone. So you just swing it out right there. You could lock the phone. You could do if you hit this one, it's gonna give you like a screenshot. So that's like the 5th way to do a screenshot. And then you can actually, I still don't know how to do scroll screenshot because it's grayed out when I do that. But you could bring it to the other side right there as well, which I think is pretty cool. But and then if you wanted to, you got home, back, and lock. So you have that little shortcut toggle. If the phone is too big and you just want to use it with one hand, you do get these shortcut features here. So I think that's kind of cool to have that. You can move it anywhere on the screen and things of that nature. But let's say you want to just customize it a little bit. You could long hold here on the ZPop feature, and then you could customize the button by clicking it and then redirect whatever buttons you want on there. So you could do screenshots, lock screen, switch apps, sound mode, status bar, which will bring down your notification shade, power off, restart, screen record, and a whole lot more. What I've noticed is what a lot of people are doing nowadays is that they're just leaving you on unread, like they got a busy, like they're too busy to read your messages. So you might want to hit them back with the same, deal. So basically just go to settings when you're in messages, right? Then you go to the chat features, and then when you're inside of this chat features option, you're gonna see enable chat features. So you could send read receipts, but you're gonna turn that off, and you're gonna turn off the typing indicators so you could pretty much ghost them right now. But this phone has an enormous amount of features on it. I really am enjoying this phone. But let me know if you found any features that I might have missed in this video, because I know there's a ton more on here that I haven't discovered as well. But definitely show your support and appreciation by hitting the like button and clicking the bell icon so you can get notified when more videos just like this come to the channel. But I'll get right back with you later, crew. Peace.